Hi everyone, it's Monday, Yom Tov to everybody wherever you happen to be in the world. And it's Scruffy Hair looking ahead of back with you today. And it's been another one of those days where washed it, can't do a damn thing with it. So here it is. And to be honest with you, I've been out today just having a bit, outside in some fresh air, and it is cold. Very, very cold, so it didn't feel like I put on some makeup day today, I'm afraid. I just wanted to tell everybody how I felt Saturday's live stream went, and I think it was a lovely, happy, nice time that we had. It was lovely to find out that Clarissa has had her baby boy, Jordan Adam. So he's our first Haven baby, and that's a wonderful thing to celebrate. And I wish her and her husband so much happiness and many, many congratulations. A big mazel tov to them and their new baby boy. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you today that came out about when we were talking was loneliness and how painful loneliness can be. And I think, and something else that came in was, where do people fit? And more than one person has sent me a message saying, well, I noticed that an awful lot of the people who come to your YouTube are, they've got chronic pain and mental health problems, and I don't have any of that. They'll say, yes, I get a low mood, but it's because I'm very, very lonely. So where do I fit? And my answer to that is, well, of course you fit, because everyone's welcome. I've always made a thing about, I know what it's like to feel alone, and I know what it's like to be lonely. Let's face it, you can be lonely in a crowded room, can't you? Sometimes it can be incredibly painful to be all alone, especially when you're in one room and there's nobody around you, there's nobody to talk to, you feel utterly friendless. That's a horrible feeling, and I have experienced that myself. I know exactly how that feels, especially in the days before there were mobile phones. That was really bad. And if you didn't have the money to go to a phone box and ring somebody up, that was even harder. But even today, when we've got communication at our fingertips, when you can go online, when there's Facebook and there's Twitter and other places that you can talk, and I can't remember the other places at the moment, it's just the Facebook or Twitter or now YouTube for me, especially during live streams. And just about everybody has a phone, but it's really difficult if you're someone, especially who doesn't make friends easily, or you're shy. What about those people who are chronically shy, who never comment underneath a video, who are scared to be heard? Some of them are scared to be heard. Some of them have had instances where they've left a comment underneath someone's video and they've been attacked or shouted down for their opinion. It's an awful experience, and I would bet that a lot of us have suffered that way. But I want to just tell you that the Haven is not like that. Nobody's going to be attacked. All I've ever said is, and all the Haveners will ever tell you, is that as long as we treat each other with kindness and respect, and speak to each other with kindness and respect, then everybody will be heard. and nobody's going to jump on you or attack you or pull you down. We don't have a stan culture in the Haven. We just, this is a home for everyone and anyone. We don't have racists. We don't talk politics because we know it can be very divisive. I mean, we talk about religion, but as long as it's handled with respect, because everybody has their own religious beliefs. I mean, for one, I'm Jewish, and I have my own beliefs. I certainly wouldn't inflict my beliefs on anybody, but I also think I'm very, very spiritual. I do believe in spiritualism. I believe in the afterlife. And as you all know, I love the paranormal, anything to do with the paranormal. So I like to think that I'm fairly flexible. But I would never, ever inflict my beliefs, whether it be on the paranormal, whether it be my beliefs with regard to the afterlife and where we go when we die. These are just my opinions and my beliefs. Everybody is entitled to agree or disagree with me, because they're only opinions, and we're all allowed to have our opinions. All we say is, feel free to express yourself, as long as you do it with kindness and respect. And it's not too much to ask. And I think we're particularly blessed in the Haven that everybody gets along. Everybody does. Even the more quiet members of the Haven, who only come up and speak occasionally, they're made just as much a fuss of as anybody else who's there every single time without fail. Nobody is treated any differently to anyone else. So I want to say to anyone who has maybe come to the Haven and think, well, hang on, I don't have this and I don't have that, so where do I fit? You do fit. You definitely do. If you want to come to the Haven, if you like the things that I talk about, which a lot of it I'm led by the Haveners, and keep in mind that we have a different kind of setup to other channels where I am led by the people who make the Haven what it is. Because don't forget, and I know I keep droning on about this like a broken record, but the Havener is run by the Haveners, not by me. I ask the Haveners what they want, and they tell me what they want. And to the best of my ability, I deliver what they want. So I'm just reiterating yet again that if you do come to the Haven, and if you want to introduce yourself, you'll be made very, very welcome. And the only thing we ask for is, please say whatever you're going to say, but just do it with kindness and respect. That's all. What else was I going to say? Because my memory is like Swiss cheese today. It's just like full of holes. If you can hear things going on in the background, we're busy doing a little bit of a Christmas painting job. My husband is walking backwards and forwards and assessing what he's been doing. And guess what? I've been doing a bit of painting as well myself on the walls. I can only reach so far, and I can only bend so far, which isn't far at all really. But I've had my little paint roller, the roller tray, and what I have been able to do, it's nothing compared to what I used to be able to do, but I'm proud of what I have achieved, and it's taken a little bit of the load away from my husband, who's been working tremendously hard to get the room finished. And it's just a little cloakroom where we've got just a toilet and a hand basin, but it's a larger cloakroom than normal because it's got to be big enough to take a wheelchair. It's not quite big enough to turn the wheelchair around. You've either got to go in or you've got to come out the same way. And it's big enough for someone to be there to help me. But it's cozy. But it was this awful bluey grey colour before. And now we've done it, the paint said olive green. And let us put it this way, it's an olive green leaning towards the lime. And lime isn't what I wanted. Now, it's definitely not lime green, but it's a difficult kind of green to sort of measure. It's a bright green, let's put it that way. But it's the kind of green that's warm, you know, and it's a lot warmer than that bluey grey was, you know. And when we moved in, we were given a whole load of paint for free from the charity that helped get us in this house. As I say, it's a disability bungalow, first and foremost. So we just went with what we had, because, you know, if it's free, you use it. So I'm very glad we're sort of finally well over 3.5 years now we've been in here. And it is, it's a lovely house. There's only one thing wrong with it, is I wish it didn't have high cupboards, and I wish the heating was better. It can take literally hours to warm this house up. Doesn't matter. I've got it on full blast on the what you call that thing, thermostat. So it is what it is. So if you hear any walking around or clashing of ladders or anything like that, that's just my husband. You know, he's doing it with his shirt off. So I get an even, it's a better bonus for me. Although, you know, that's between me, him and the bedpost. Anyway, I just wanted to say something, and it hit me today, that even when it's cold and it's dark out there, when you come into the Haven, and this is from a personal perspective, this is just me talking, but when you come into the Haven, especially on a live stream, and there are all the Haveners in there, and they have so much love to give, and they're such wonderful people, and they share themselves and they give of themselves, and they are very quick to support each other. They're very, very quick to show affection for each other, and the way they talk to each other is just heartwarming. And I think I'm saying this so if anybody new comes along and wants to know what we the Haveners are like, I'd like you to look at a live stream and look at all the talk down the side, and don't pay any attention to me. Just look at what they're talking about and how they respond to each other. And I think you'll find that what we have is unique. We're all, you know, there's never any fighting, there's nothing. It's lovely. And I know there will be other places where they say, well, nobody fights in mine and everybody gets along well in mine. Then that's fantastic. And if you can give me links to other places that we can visit, please do. And then I'll put them up for everybody to go and visit for themselves, because we could do with a lot more places that are equally welcoming of everyone, regardless of faith, colour, creed, politics, whatever. The only thing is we've banned politics because it can be too divisive. So we don't talk about that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, that's it, was it came up in the live stream about the Haven having a Facebook group. Now, I agree that it should be closed because, you know, well, we can't be too careful these days. And I think that whoever is in running it, because I'm going to say now, I will not be running the Facebook group. I've asked the Haveness to sort it out for themselves. Of course, I'll come in, pop in, say hello, and whatever. Of course I will. And I would expect that they'd link my videos into the Facebook group so other people can see what I have to say, to share the folk tales and the Friday night spooky sessions and things like that. But because I'm so wrapped up in the channel itself here on YouTube, and I've got Twitter as well, plus the reason why I spend an awful lot of time on Facebook, as you know, is because of my friend Lorraine, who I've got to tell you is not having a very good time right now. Last week she had chemo every single day, and mentally and emotionally she's having a very rough time, as well obviously as physically, you know, a very bad time. So between the three, I don't really have the time to run a Facebook group as well. So the Haveners know already, and I'm going to say that to all you Haveners who have mentioned a Facebook group, who think it's a really good idea, I'm leaving it in your hands. It's up to you what you call it. It's up to you how you run it. I will pop in and I will say hello and what have you. But I won't be, I'm definitely delegating this. So I would like it very much if between you, could you sort out who you want as your admins, who you want to, because the buck has got to stop somewhere. So you need to choose someone who you feel is more than capable of being the figurehead, so to speak. Because let's face it, on a physical level, I am not reliable. Not as much as I used to be. It's a struggle for me. I mean, I am determined to keep the Wednesday folk tales and the spooky sessions going. I'm absolutely determined to do that. If I can make a video on a Monday, believe me, I will do that too. If a video comes up at an opportune moment, I'll take that moment, I'll grab it and I'll run with it. But I can't guarantee to be there to run a Facebook group as well. That's why it's much better that you Haveners run this between you. So it's going to be your baby. So if you watch this video, please start talking to each other and think about how you want it to go, who you want to run as admins, and how you're going to go about making the Facebook group grow if that's what you want. It's entirely up to you how you run it. I'm merely going to be a visitor. I'm going to be more on YouTube and on Twitter if anybody needs me. And I do need to be on Facebook, but for my own personal reasons. So we've got that out the way. I just wanted to say that to you. Now I also wanted to say that our Christmas Haven will be on Saturday the 21st of December. That's the day when we're going to be celebrating Christmas in the Haven. I don't know what you want to call it. If do you want to call it Christmas in the Haven or Haven Christmas 2019, let me know what you think of that in the comments, and I'll name it whatever you like. You just tell me how you feel about how that should be named. Now that one will obviously have to last a bit longer than normal because I'm reading Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I've got to go through that story yet to get familiar with it myself as to the length of time it's going to take me to read it. Not obviously familiarize myself, there she goes, with it. I mean, I know the story, but I need to gauge how long it's going to take me to read it. And I have to give you a heads up now, I won't be able to pay much attention to what's going on in the chat because obviously I'm going to be reading the story. And hopefully, I mean, I'd like to think we could get another story or two in, but if that story is going to dominate the length of time that the live stream runs, then that's just how it is, I'm afraid, guys. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't take any shortcuts, and I don't want to rush my way through it. Okay? If there are any other Christmas stories that you would rather I read, or you want to me to read instead, or if there are any Christmas stories you want me to read on the Wednesday running up to Christmas, then please let me know. Okay? Keeping in mind this coming Wednesday for the folk tales, have you any idea what you would like me to read for that? I don't think I've done Cinderella yet, or if I have, I can't remember. But I'm happy to read Cinderella. I'm certainly going to look further afield for other folk tales. If you want more Winnie the Pooh, please let me know, because I can read a third chapter of Winnie the Pooh if you like. Because I know it's a funny time of year, December. Everybody's preoccupied with the holidays. I understand a lot of people are frightened of the holidays for various different reasons. They may feel, it's not something that they've given a great deal of thought to, and everybody's busy. But if you could let me know in the comments, please, if you've got any preferences for the story this week. Now, I also want to reiterate again, I was asked by one of the Haveners the other day why I haven't done anything about this supernatural series that I said I was going to read. I need to say again, I have written to the author to ask for permission. I haven't had a reply. I'm told that if you don't get a reply, it means no, because some of them just can't be bothered, quite frankly, to answer messages. I'm just going to play it that they might not have seen it. So I'm going to send them another message and ask them, would they be willing that I read the stories out to you, that I'm not going to gain financially from it, because I'm not monetized, so I'm not gaining financially from them. All I'm doing is reading out the story, and of course they will be credited. That's what I said the first time. I'm going to say it again a second time, but if they refuse, then we're stymied. I'm going to have to try and find something else fairly similar and see if the author of that story would be willing for me to go and read it, and invite them to come to the Haven to see for themselves that this is a channel that does not gain financially from anybody. It is just what it is. It's a community-led channel. So I just wanted to get that out the way. It's not that I'd forgotten. It's not that I've broken a promise. It's just since everybody's gone wild about you shouldn't do this and you can't do that and you can't do the next thing and you could be copyright struck. I do not want this channel copyright struck or whatever terminology is. Because if we lost the haven, well, I don't know what I'd do. I think it would affect a lot of you quite badly. And considering we're coming up for nearly a year of being a community, and it's taken its time, we've had to build up a lot of trust in each other. We've had to build up friendships. And it's right that it's taken its time, because it means we've got a good foundation. We haven't all fallen into mad love with each other within a space of a couple of weeks. It's taken months to get us to where we are now. And we need to keep that momentum going. And I know that we can, because I believe in us. And I want to take this opportunity to tell all of you how proud I am of you. Some of you have had some dreadful things to deal with. Some of you have health issues every day. Some of you have mental health issues every day. And yet, you can still find the love to come and share with others, to inspire others. And I stand by what I said in the live stream the other night. Each and every one of you is an inspiration to someone else. And you're all an inspiration to me, because you make me want to be better. You know, I always think that if you stop saying things like, it's like me, I don't just say, oh, I'm a good mother and leave it like that. I don't. I say, I'm the best mother I can be on any given day. And that doesn't mean I should stop trying to be even better. So I do try every day to be the best mum I can be, the best wife I can be, and the best friend I can be. I don't always get it right. And that's the truth. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I muck up gloriously. And I don't get things right. And if I could kick myself, I would. And I don't just think, well, it is what it is. I don't. It weighs heavily on me all the time. You'd be amazed how much guilt I carry. And I'll carry that till the day I die, and that's just how I am. It's just me personally. How I am. So, you all make me want to be better. My husband and my family, they make me want to be better. So I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. And you are all in my heart right here. And you hold me right like that. And it's such a good feeling. You know, I was tired at the end of the live, but I came away feeling so uplifted. I felt happy. It takes a lot to make me feel happy. And I'm not lying about that. I can't honestly say that I'm happy and full of the joys of spring every day, because I'm not. But being in the live stream the other night, it actually, I mean, I'm thinking about it now, and I apologise for my horrendous singing for the Senate of. I can't hold a note to save my life these days. But it was lovely seeing all of you. It really was. Even some of you that only stayed a few minutes. It was lovely to see you. And just to let you know, again, December 21st is your next live stream. So please put that in your diaries. And that's that, I think, for today, kiddies. Oh yes, half an hour. I've overdone myself again. So anyway, it's been lovely talking to you. I'll see you again on Wednesday, and that is a definite. I am pulling out all the stops. And I will see you on Wednesday. Don't forget to leave me your recommendations for stories. Thank you all very, very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope all of you have a lovely Monday wherever you are. And I'm sending you all my love because I do love all of you. I genuinely love you. So I want you to take care. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Okay? Bye-bye for now, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.